Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starladder Season 8, Day 24 coverage. I'm Sayori, with me today is Fogged, and here we've got the QPad Red Pandas against Relax, bro. You're doing fine, aka Team Poseidon, though they are now Team RX, since they changed their roster to add Dread and Nexus way back when. So, Fogged, my friend, how are you? These bands? Whoa, daddy.
Pretty standard bands, you know, the Wraith King and the Meepo.
Yeah. Wraith King, you know, I haven't seen Wraith King get any kind of love, ever, in competitive mode.
It's the first time for everything, man.
Yeah, it's true. And the Meepo first ban, I guess, trolling out a little bit. I don't think QPan has a history of running too much Meepo action. Now, again, this match is going to be another one of these. I don't think either of these teams will be able to make it into that top four. Poseidon, as they're listed in my brackets here, they are currently 7-6. And QPad, after that loss they had in the last match, they are now 3-11. So another one of these games where still does count a little bit. QPad, it's a race to not be last, basically. I think the bottom three teams move down a bracket, or in the next league, and of course Aspera and 4FC were both basically DQ'd because they broke up during the round robin. So it's a battle to not be last at this point, which sounds silly to say, but it is semi-serious. You know, you want that chance to be able to come back next season and have a go in the round robin. So we'll see. Another match that matters.
Yep.
Whew. So, with that said, Elder Titan first picked here. Looks like CM Visage and then an OD, second pick for QPad. Even though the bands were a little silly, picks looking pretty straightforward to get rolling here.
Yeah, RX decided to just grab both their supports right off the bat, so.
Yeah. Well, two good ones. Can't complain too much with a Visage Crystal Maiden. So, it seems going to take their time a little bit here. Did you have a nice Christmas, Fogged? Did you get everything you wanted and more?
I haven't really gotten much, actually. So I'm always indecisive on what I'm going to get. So I'm probably just going to get my family to buy me like 1 or 2 pieces for my new computer.
Nice. Nice. Yep. You get your lady something special?
Sorta, yeah. It's good stuff. She kind of beat me this Christmas, so.
Okay, fair enough.
She got me a projector, so, I mean.
Oh,
yeah.
That is a nice gift. Damn.
Yeah,
is she a fellow Dota nerd? Is she a gamer?
No, actually, she doesn't really game at all, but
okay.
She does play a little bit of Dota, so.
She's a normal person, yeah.
Yeah, she's a normal person.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, she plays Dota, though, whenever she gets a chance. She just plays Puck.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome. She just plays Puck. Why? Because
that's all she plays, because it's pretty.
Ah, well, that's fair enough. It is very pretty. It is true. Yep. I was thinking maybe because of the Shakespeare reference, but I guess not.
Nope.
Snakes.
And we see a lone druid come out, so I guess that's what they're gonna decide to put mid, maybe, versus the OD.
Yeah, now that's one that comes up every so often as a counter to OD, and actually lone druid does pretty well. One of the things that you can do against OD is just put 2 heroes mid, and that is one thing that he can't really handle. And lone druid, he's like 1.5. Having that bear to constantly harass him back does make OD's life a little bit more difficult. So I imagine it'll be a mid lone druid, but time will tell.
I'm not really the biggest fan.
No?
No, because then you have a lone druid middle. And for the most part, I mean, okay, yeah, OD doesn't really gank either, but lone druid's not going to go gank. That hero's not moving from his mid lane. And if he gets ganked 1 or 2 times, unfortunately, which that happens to mid sometimes, and he loses his bear, it's absolutely devastating.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely true. If they're able to kill the bear, that really defeats the purpose of why he was mid in the first place. So that is definitely fair enough. And you're right. Not a traditional mid hero where it's okay if your other lanes are satisfied without having any kind of roams, any sort of ganks, but he's going to be pretty stationary. And that does limit your early potential compared to having someone like a Puck mid or something like that, or a Bat Rider who's much more mobile and eager to pick up those kills once they have their appropriate amount of levels.
And they actually, it's weird though. They opted to pick up the lone druid when there's still Razor left. They just grabbed the lone druid right away.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still assuming a lot though. We're assuming that this lone druid's going mid. Maybe we'll see something else happen.
Yeah, I mean, they could final pick the Razor. They could final pick a Dragon Knight or a Kunkka. I was playing all that pirate music. Maybe the...
Oh, there it is!
Yes! There we go!
It was worth it.
It was worth all that pirate music in between games. Barbosa is hungry, bootstraps. He's a pirate. Classics, Fog. Just classics in the orchestral world. So we will see the Admiral here make a showing. Interesting. Now, I guess that means it could be a Kunkka mid and a one-position OD in the safe lane, maybe a solo safe lane OD. But I guess maybe Kunkka will be the one playing the one position here. That's kind of interesting.
This is very... QPandas is kind of picking some interesting stuff, but you know what? I'm liking it right now.
Yeah. Well, and we didn't talk about Witch Doctor either, and that's another support that we don't see a lot of, but he's pretty scary. He can do some pretty clutch stuff with his stun, what's it called, Cask, Paralyzing Cask. He can be pretty dirty, especially with that Maledict as well. I feel like there's some pretty solid synergy you could have going on if you start off with a Cask, throw down a Maledict, put some Kunkka stuff on top of it, maybe a Torrent, smack him with the Tidebringer. Hell, hit him with an Astral Spirit. I see some synergy there. That's a good amount of burst damage.
Yeah, I don't know. With the Elder Titan aura as well the whole time, everything's going to be hitting pretty hard, so...
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. So curious how they're going to lane this. Do you like Witch Doctor? What's your thought on that guy right now?
Oh, I love that hero, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Get that Ags up, you're a carry. You just drop the ulti. And now the range that you can cast it from is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the goal. The best.
And it also does physical damage. Another important thing to point out. The Death Ward
yeah, and
is
so
physical.
with the Elder Titan, yeah, it does actually a crap load of damage if you get a full duration one off, especially with that Ags up.
Yep. So any hero sort of that has that dazzle syndrome, as I like to call it. Spells that do physical damage are usually have hidden potential that some folks don't know. Maybe not that they don't know, but don't use to the fullest potential, perhaps, is what I'm getting at here. Very interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. It could also be a support Kunkka as well. We did see that the other day, right before Christmas break, maybe 2 or 3 days before.
That was Mao's, right?
I think it was. I think it was. I'm having trouble remembering that far back now, but and it worked out pretty well. They had a lot of really good setups with the X marks the spot onto Torrent, and then all the follow up from there. If you got caught off and Kunkka had the mana, it was a free kill. So that is something else to keep in mind. An interesting draft from QPad, though. Very interested to see what Relax will grab with this final pick. This will give us some insight as to where that lone druid is headed.
5 seconds remaining.
Sven.
Well. And,
Undying.
whoa!
Alright, honestly, alright.
Whoa, okay, let's see.
We know what kind of game we're going to have here.
This is... get on your pirate hats, everyone, because this is going to be Clown Dota at its finest. Whew, Undying. Wow. Sven, at least, we've seen some Sven in the Asian Dota. The little bit I've watched G League, they've picked Sven a little bit here and there. And Sven's pretty straightforward. He just takes a lot of farm to come online. Very interested to see what build they're going to do. If they level up that cleave first for some huge Sven farming action. But Undying, he is much different, and it's been a long time since I've had the privilege of casting Undying in a game. I really don't know how QPad are going to lane this, and who is playing what position. Undying tends to pick up farm, right? Is this looking like a support Kunkka with a position 1 Undying, and then a mid OD off-lane Elder Titan?
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know. This is really interesting.
I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
We see that it's definitely going to be... I don't think it's going to be that much of a farming Undying, so I think it's a farming Kunkka.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
maybe
OD. I guess OD mid? Whatever.
Yeah. And let's see, look at this here. Tame My Wild, right now on the Crystal Maiden. They're still swapping around. Very curious who is going to be the mid player here. Tame My Wild does tend to be their mid player. Stop
swapping. Oh, God. Blue banana.
Oh, that banana, man. Yeah, they're still swapping around here. I really don't know who's going to be going mid. So last time I saw Sven, I think was in G League, and they did a really interesting build where it was leveling Cleave primary, rushing a Mask of Madness, and just mad farming in the jungle, just clearing stacks like crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of doing it, honestly.
Yeah.
They did what? They only had the 2 levels in stun, though, right?
Yes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if you're just going to farm, yeah, sure. But the cooldown on stun, actually, they reduced it a good amount. It's down to 13, and it's a pretty massive AoE damage spell. But yeah, if you're just going to be farming, you don't really need to be, like, the whole point of your stun. That extra damage is gonna come from right clicks. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't get any increased duration or anything. So,
Yeah, just straight damage increase.
yep.
And that one value point in Battle Cry. Mostly just for the movement speed, so you can farm your stacks even faster. So, yeah, very curious to see how that Sven works. And I'm not sure why we're paused here. Looks like RX is ready. Hope you get the gold bug. Uh-oh.
Huh. Looking at all these items now. Inscribed ruling sword. So that's a pretty decent end weapon.
Kunkka's got the fin blade.
Oh, this witch doctor has no items. How sad. Oh, fin. Oh, ooh, I like that.
Mythical. Very nice.
Very nice.
Kunkka's ship cleaves the waves as easily as Finblade cleaves his enemies. Wow.
Nice.
How do you apply to be the guy that writes all the lore and silly things on items at Valve? I feel like that would be a really fun job. Ah yes, Kunkka's Finblade, the weapon that crushes enemies with the might of a tidal wave.
It's pretty funny.
That would be an awesome job.
The OD's weapon. To grip such a weapon is to maintain one's hold on reality.
Seriously. That
Like
took a lot
that.
of thought. Somebody put a lot of time into that sentence to get it ready for production, or for publishing. I want to be that guy. I want to meet that guy. I want to shake his hand.
It is. Alright, you can go ahead. We can introduce.
Let's
everyone
do
who's
it.
Playing everything.
Looks like it could be a 2-on-2 coming out for QPandas. They are going to do some rotations here. It will be Blue Banana playing on the Kunkka, though. RM ending on the Witch Doctor. He will be joined by the Undying here, played by Durham. Again, we'll see who actually picks up the farm and is in that true 1 position. Villic, I believe, and you know what? Let's just do this. Let's look at his profile. I think this is Villic, the same guy that's been... Of course, it's private. Oh, I think it's Villic. You're going to be Villic in my heart here. On the OD, and SLHZ on the Elder Titan. He is going to be going in the off lane. On the Dire side, we do have Team Relax. You're doing fine. Used to be Poseidon. They're still listed as Poseidon in a lot of the brackets found on various wiki sites about the internet. Nexus going to be playing Sven, so he's going to be farming a bit, and that is one hell of a weapon he's got going on there. That inscribed ruling sword, that thing is big.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that ward.
Ooh,
It's got a little duckling on it.
it does. It has 2. One with eyes and then his duck baby.
What the hell is that? That is the cutest thing ever. I want one.
I've never seen those words. That's pretty cool. KSI going to be on the Crystal Maiden here. Dread going to be playing his signature Visage. We'll see Tame My Wild actually going to be solo mid on the Nature's Prophet. And that means it will be Shotchlo in the off lane here playing the Lone Druid. So interesting. They do switch it up, and it's not that Druid mid that we were talking about. It will be Nature's Prophet. And this is a weird choice. We've seen Nature's Prophet mid before. It's not that bad, but against an OD, I'm not so sure how Tame My Wild is going to fare here.
He didn't even spawn treants at all yet, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, any int hero against OD is going to be rough, and that's what makes me a little bit nervous for the Nature's Prophet. I mean, I guess the trees will help. They can help in those last hits. He is going to summon a couple of them here. But going to be rough for him, no doubt.
You can do pretty decent getting last hits if you're very good with your treants, but this is still definitely way in favor for the OD.
Yeah, I'd say so. Now, there's going to be a little bit of... oh, wait, no, there is no lane rotating. There is just a 1 rotation here, as it is a off-lane Lone Druid. They don't need the tri-lane. It will just be Kunkka and Witch Doctor down here. So, obviously, Kunkka going to be the one farming away. And Undying will rotate up top. So, Durham going to be supporting on the Undying here as he lanes with the Elder Titan. As it appears, Elder Titan is the one racking up the last hits. So, a 2-1-2 is coming out. We'll see what this means for RX, as they do have a 3v2 up here in the top lane. KSI going to rotate his way over. Did go level 1 Frostbite, so they may try and set up a kill. Nexus does have the stun. Elder Titan going to be in trouble. KSI going to use the Frostbite. That's an easy kill coming out for coming out for Relax. SLHZ going to get that first class ticket back to the well.
Yeah, and they actually swap and put the Lone Druid mid now and put the Furion down bottom. So that's what they wanted to have. They thought maybe they might swap it up and put the OD bottom.
Okay. All right, so they were thinking that sort of that logic of countering a counter. They were trying to counter what a pending rotation from QPandas, but they did it straight up. Just put the OD mid, as one would suspect. So, yeah, I think this makes a lot more sense, though. I can't think of any reason why you would really want to put a Fury on mid against OD. That just sounds like a recipe for a bad time. For the OD, for the Furion, that is. So, up top again, could be in a little bit of trouble here. Maiden rotating around. There is enough for a Storm Hammer. Looks like Durham going to be their target of choice. There's the Storm Hammer. Couple of right clicks, that'll do it. Visage going to grab that kill as well. Now SLHZ could be in some trouble. He does have a rotation from his buddy Witch Doctor. The cask comes out.
Look at it go.
Oh, KSI does go down. That cask's done.
Oh, Dread's going to go down as well.
Maybe. He's in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, yeah, he's got the Maledict. Yeah, he's dead. No deny on the Maledict either. Can't do it. Which is weird. Why can't you deny that? I don't know why you can't. It's one of those weird Dota mechanics, but it is impossible. Nexus didn't miss it. You're just not available for deny. Doesn't make sense.
And Kunkka actually goes for... He's 1-1-1 skill build, so... Interesting.
Yep. Tidebringer does help a little bit against the Furion trees, though it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. If you're careful with him, it shouldn't add too much to the Kunkka farm.
Yeah.
But maybe a little. Kunkka is leading the way in last hits, though. Net worth chart. He is number 1, OD number 2. So that is great news for QPad. Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Up top, I was going to say RX have the advantage, but that rotation has really helped him out quite a bit. So QPad are off to a pretty good start here. Basically winning 2 lanes, and the top is kind of a break-even. I guess it is in favor of Relax, but given that it's a 2v3, yeah, so maybe I'm going to eat my words here. I think RX still going to find the better of it. Down goes the Elder Titan. And we did miss a kill in the mid while that was going on. Durham still going to be in trouble. There's a Storm Hammer. The nuke from the Visage. And he will heal up a little bit, compliments of that Soul Rip. But I don't think it's going to be enough.
Wow.
Or is it? Wow, and the Visage actually fell.
Them getting hit by those 3-man decays,
Yeah.
He was so tanky from that point, and he actually got a kill.
Yeah, wow. So we did miss 2
Kunkka
kills.
down bottom gets, wow.
Yeah, Kunkka going to be able to finish off the Furion. Looks like he just had a nice X marks the spot torrent combo. Then in the mid, we missed a kill on the lone Druid here.
Yeah, Witch Doctor rotated in there with him.
Oh, yeah. All right, so
they actually
I
didn't even have...
didn't.
Yeah, they didn't even have to drop the ulti from the OD, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
If they kill this lone Druid right now, it's devastating, because he just resummoned this bear, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that. That is definitely the key facet of the lone Druid here in the mid lane. Up top, SLHZ in trouble again. They're going to have enough to finish him off. This time Undying, not going to be able to save him. Soul Rip won't be enough.
This is actually a great combo right here. The Sven Visage +1. Crystal Maiden is a great combo with it as well, because, you know, both those, the Sven and the Visage need mana really badly. But the burst that they both have is actually, it's just ridiculous.
And wow. Nature's Prophet going to fall again. There's that rotation from Witch Doctor.
Yeah, Witch Doctor was trying to gank the Lone Druid, and Lone Druid sent his bear at him, spotted him, and he ported down bottom instantly and went for this kill potential on bottom and got it. So
smart play. I like how aggressive this Witch Doctor is. Right now he's 2-0-2. He's really off to a great start. He's set up kills all over the place.
Yeah.
Really doing a good job. So let's get the gold graph here. Looks like QPad have a sizable lead, just about 1,500 gold. Experience graph is what's really scary here. About a 3,000 lead already. A lot of it coming from these kills, but also just Kunkka and OD destroying their lanes, compliments of this Witch Doctor. Both of them ahead by just a huge margin here.
Okay, so I camp from top rune. Ooh, and a DD spawns top.
KSI may want to pick it up here. Looks like there is coverage. Both teams have a ward down here in this funky spot on top of the Radiant Ancients. Down at exactly the same location. Nexus is going to come grab it. He did go for a bottle. An interesting choice on this Sven. A hero that does have a lot of mana problems at the early levels.
Oh, and they're going to find him. They're going to get the Elder Titan here.
Yep, Elder Titan going to be in big trouble. Frostbite into the Storm Hammer. Double damage. Should be enough to cut him down. Whoa, Nature's Prophet going to come in. And that will result in a kill before Nature's Prophet himself falls again. Witch Doctor going to be able to set it up with Kunkka down here in the bottom. So it's just sort of interesting. For RX, this tri-lane up top is very successful, but it's not translating into a huge amount of farms for Sven. He's sitting at only about 2k, Kunkka at 3.5k.
Yeah, that's just kind of interesting because, like, if this if they had a hero that wasn't really Undying and he could do something like in the jungle or anything like that, it would be pretty good because then they'd be maximizing resources. And because Elder Titans are dying up there anyway, so, I mean, maybe the Witch, I don't know. Actually, Witch Doctor's finding his ganks and everything right now, so it's not too bad. They're winning 2 of their lanes, which is still fine, but the other Titan just needs to get some levels up there.
Yeah. He's still doing all right. It's not that bad, and it's more about comparatives here. If we look at the KDA, right now, Elder Titan is 1-4-2. He's conceded quite a few deaths, but Furion, basically the same role on the other side, is 1-3. So, comparatively, they're pretty much on point. The big disparity between those two lanes is going to be the mid. OD 0-0-1, and of course, Lone Druid here 0-1-0, and his CS is not so great between just going up against OD and then also having to rotate earlier on. Not surprised to see OD with a huge farming edge over the Druid.
And it looks like this OD is going to rush a 4-staff, not going for a bottle nor a Midas.
Interesting.
Kunkka also picked up a Ring of Health while he was down there, so he's might be building either Total Battle Fury or maybe even a Vanguard.
Yeah, I was thinking he's probably going to go Vanguard into Shadow Blade, but I don't know. I don't know that the Vanguard is even necessary here. He could really just go aggressive. A Battle Fury would be interesting. Every time I've seen Kunkka, I've never seen a Battle Fury come out. And of course, you can get those huge team-wiping crits with that, mixed with the Tidebringer on top of the Shadow Blade. It can get pretty dirty.
Yeah, definitely.
Very curious what he's going to do with that Ring of Health and all that farm he's been able to pick up. So, alright, I got to focus on this minimap. I've missed too many kills. It seems a lot of them have happened kind of simultaneously here. I haven't been able to catch all of them.
It happens.
It happens, I know.
And now don't worry, TMW went to the jungle, so he's not going to be dying bottom constantly anymore. So.
That's true. Furion is just sacrificed. He is level 6. Looks like he is going to go for a Midas. Did get early phase boots, sitting with Gloves of Haste and about 200 in the bank. Although it looks like we could have a roam up top here. They are going to war cry forward. Not going to find anyone. Now Durham going to show himself.
Durham.
Sven going to be able to solo him down perhaps. Soul Rip not going to be enough, though. Sven going to be in big trouble. He'll go down after taking some tower shots. Now RMN in a little bit of trouble. KSI, they'll trade 1 for 1. So it ends up being a 2 for 2. Dread, he's just going to pour it out. Earth Splitter, yeah, not going to be able to interrupt. So, a 2 for 2 up there in the top lane. At least kind of a break even for QPanda. I'd call that a victory on their front. Oh, Blue Banana going to take an entangle as soon as he rotates.
And he is going for the Battle Fury, it looks like. He picked up a Perseverance.
Wow.
But also, if that Undying had gotten his Soul Rip off up top, he actually would have survived and the Sven would have died, which would have been an even better trade for QPad, so.
Yeah. Very true. Undying, kind of curious what items he's going to go for here. Of course, his farm not so great as he is in the support role. He's position 5 with 3-figure net worth right now. Not very farmed. Always like Pipe on Undying. For some reason in my mind, that's like the go-to item for that guy. Maybe we'll see a Pipe come out. Not a huge amount of magic damage this game. Yeah, not the best Pipe game.
Yeah, he's going to... I don't think he's going to be finding
and
the farm to pick up a Pipe. He's got a little lonely magic stick on him. That's about it.
Oh, he's got the Stout Shield. That counts for something. Yeah, not
bottom.
much.
Oh, it looks like the Furion might try to bait Blue Banana with this team behind him. See what happens.
Smoke as well, but the boat as well as the ultimate, they're going to get the kill on the Nature's Prophet anyhow, and the the Death Ward from the Witch Doctor going to clip KSI. He's going to try and pour it out. It won't be enough. He's going to fall. That is going to be a double kill coming. Now Dread, he might have overcommitted as well as Durham rotates down. Negative Urn Charge going to be used. Won't be enough for a kill, but still a 2 for 0. A nice setup from Relax. I like what they were going for there to bait with the Nature's Prophet, but Kunkka, man, he just does too much burst at level 9. 2 points in the Torrent, the Ghost Ship. No way Nature's Prophet was surviving that one.
Yeah. And this is actually a really good combo right here. The Maledict plus the Urn. It ends up making Maledict do an insane amount of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it really did. It's pretty solid. This Witch Doctor, RMN's really having a great game here. He has 6-1-2 right now. He's been involved in 8 of those 11 kills. That's pretty sizable. It's really been an active Witch Doctor. He set up ganks in every single lane. Most notably at bottom, but still.
The great thing about Witch Doctor as well is that you can just go to the jungle and you can jungle. Once you get all these levels, your Cask is gonna just kill that entire spawn basically.
Yeah, and that's where the big disparity is coming in. If you look at that level chart, RMN is level 9 as one of the supports. And on the Dire side, they've got a level 6 Visage and a level 5 Crystal Maiden. Though I guess Durham is making up for it here as only a 4 Undying. Still a huge edge for QPad. And let's get the graph. You see it there. About 3,500 experience lead.
RMN's going ham.
Yeah.
340 GPM on him.
Ooh. Well, look at you.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, number 2. I like this. Maybe this will encourage a little bit more Witch Doctor action. I think he is really an underrated
Oh, and
support.
we see maybe Sven's trying to get this gank up on this OD mid.
But OD going to take a nice path. Oh, Tame My Wild coming in. He'll take the Stormhammer. Does try and force step away. Will get off the defensive Astral. Don't know that it'll be enough to keep him alive, though. Yeah, down he goes. He was trying to cast that ulti before he went down, but unfortunately not able to make it happen. Sven taking a lot of damage from the Death Ward, but he does have a haste rune on.
He missed the Maledict on the Sven.
Yeah, Sven's going to make it out. He does use a salve as well. X marks the spot coming, though. Torrent combo. Oh, going to be off the mark, actually. Blue Banana with a misplay. Might have been able to secure a kill. They'll be able to grab the bear, perhaps. No, maybe not even that. So, unfortunate. If OD could have gotten that ultimate off, things may have gone a little bit differently. You saw him raising that staff, ready to cast it, but didn't pull it off. Up in the top. Oh.
Very close.
Going to pour it out, yeah. Looks like he does have a Drum of Endurance on the way. He's got that Robe of Magi to go with the Bracer.
And Cask is just going to town right now on Lone Druid. There we go.
That's something else we didn't point out. The potential counter between, Witch Doctor with the Lone Druid. If you get stuck next to each other, that cast can be pretty crippling.
Yeah,
now,
that's actually something we used to do. To be honest, I'll just like drop this. It worked okay, and we did it a few times if people saw it. But we picked Witch Doctor a lot when people were picking this Furion off lane because he can solo kill those treants.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's very nice, honestly. But
now, how about the Visage Familiars? They intercept Cask?
They intercept it, but it doesn't really do anything.
Okay. It still steals a bounce, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And does it stun them? Probably not. That's a silly
No.
question. They're gargoyles. They're made of stone. Nothing stops them.
You can't stun a stone.
You can't. You can't stun a gargoyle. What are you, crazy? So we are here at the 12-minute mark, and double Midas going to be picked up for our dire side. One for the Furion as well as one for the Lone Druid. Two very classic Midas carriers. But I worry a little bit here as QPad already have a fairly sizable lead. And here we'll see Sachlo in trouble. The boat, the torrent. That's going to be a dead Druid, I think. Oh, Nature's Prophet ult comes. Tries to scare him back. Won't be enough. Kunkka going to grab himself another kill. Front and center right there. Especially with the Battle Fury.
RMN just going crazy, honestly. Yeah. He's part of 9 kills right now, and he's just all over the place on this map, honestly. As well as this Kunkka, too. And this Kunkka's actually going to be picking up a 13-minute Battle Fury, so pretty good for him.
Pretty impressive. Yeah, he's really close here. But I get a little nervous that already QPandas have a pretty sizable lead, and yeah, Midas will help you farm. You'll start to get out of control. OD going to be in some trouble, but that's going to give a big window for the QPandas here to get out of control. Familiar stuns. Oh, going to be late. Dread with the misplays right there. He kind of interrupted that port.
Yeah, he definitely could have. That was pretty strange.
That would have been a free kill, I think. Kind of odd. But yeah, I think this double Midas is going to give a nice window for QPandas here. If they keep this aggression up. Right now, RX, they've got a huge sunk cost in those 2 Midas where, you know, you look at that gold graph, and a lot of that is Midas that has yet to really shine. Could be a little bit rough, though, conversely. Of course, if the QPandas don't keep up the aggression, RX will start to outfarm them.
Yeah, and it's really wait, we see everybody porting down bottom.
And are they going to be able to grab something? Blue Banana's ready. He's got a Ghost Ship, and he wants to use it. He's also got a Battle Fury. So he is ready. He has completed it. Was right around on that 13-minute mark. So no fight though. Go on, sir.
No, it's really unfortunate that they have this Undying so crippled because this Witch Doctor's having to buy almost everything. So even though he has like a great net worth and whatnot, and he's doing his gold may dropped a little bit, but he doesn't even have a point booster or anything, and it's already 14 minutes. So
yeah, that's true. He has been buying the wards. We see a smoke in his inventory as well. But it looks like first tower may fall for QPad here in the bottom lane. Tier 1 taking heavy damage. Down it goes. OD going to grab it simultaneously in the mid. Lone Druid does take out that Tier 1, so it's at least a Tier 1 for Tier 1 exchange. Though Dread going to be in some trouble. Oh, wow. Visage going to be able to finish him off. KSI going to be nearby. Taking a lot of damage from that Death Ward. Blue Banana trying to pursue. Not going to grab it, so it's going to be a 1-for-1. Visage for the OD. RX going to find the better of it there. Meanwhile, up top, though, Earth Splitter going to be off the mark as they try and engage onto Nexus. He does have that double damage rune on, but not going to be enough. He'll fall. SLHZ going to have that extra damage from the Spirit. And will make for a pretty easy kill. So,
and this Sven's not getting very farmed at all now.
Yeah.
He's actually getting kind of punished up there a lot.
Yeah, pretty standard opener. Power treads into Drum of Endurance, but doesn't have anything too crazy to show for it. And he did not go that cleave build, needless to say, that we were talking about. Of course, does have 4 points in the Stormhammer, 2 in the Warcry. So just going for the value cleave point here.
Clicking around, we got a drum picked up on Elder Titan. He's not going for rushing a mech or anything like that. Oh, it looks like OD's actually going for the mech now after his force stuff. And Witch Doctor, as I say that, look at Witch Doctor's gold, by the way. He's gonna go pick. Hopefully, I hope he goes and picks up that point booster.
Yeah.
Starts building his way toward his Agnums.
Yeah, the Ags is devastating. It's really devastating. If you get it in a spot where they can't interrupt you right away and they're locked nearby, it's just crippling. Especially if like Kunkka can connect with a decent ghost ship. That's just insane.
Yeah, and especially on top of that, it's super powerful alone, but then on top of all that, putting an Elder Titan Spirit with max natural order, everybody's at 0 armor, so it's going to be hitting very hard.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah. And you know, a combo that I hadn't really thought of until just now, but again, Dazzle and Witch Doctor as your two supports. They both need a good bit of farm, but just the synergy between Weave and the Death Ward, that's insanity. If you mix an Elder Titan on top of that, that is devastating. I mean, is there ever potential to see a Witch Doctor mid so that he can get that farm priority and grab an early Ags? Like, is that too silly to even suggest?
I mean, I don't know. The hero's...
He's pretty good.
He has high base damage. The only thing he has is that he's low armor.
Yeah.
But Maledict and everything, like, he has pretty good kill opportunities and stuff, and I don't know. He's a pretty strong hero. I like Witch Doctor a lot. I've said it. I actually, most of the time when we've been playing, we play with, like, well, it's been a while, but we've played with, like, Necrolites and Abaddon, so I actually skipped Maledict. But Maledict is incredible if you have a situation where you can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely right about that. Even just if you have if you're running a 2-1-2 and you set up with a duo lane where just someone who has a big bit of burst, again to reference the Han days, whatever the Witch Doctor equivalent's name was, I remember him paired with Kraken was particularly potent. Just throw down the Maledict and then you hit him with the Torrent, smack him in the face once, and all of a sudden they're like down to half health and that Maledict ticks pretty damn hard. So you can do a lot of pretty crafty duo lanes. Even just like Witch Doctor and Sven together, something like that is pretty scary.
Yeah. I used to like Witch Doctor. You're not really that leveled, but you just go down there with a Clockwork. Clockwork gets a couple levels, and then you just walk up, and yeah, anyone who's caught in those clocks are dead.
Yeah.
So it's like when people were doing that Clockwork and Keeper of the Light. It's just like you pressure the short lane so hard with all that.
Yeah. Speaking of Clockwork duos, one that we saw maybe a few weeks ago in Starladder Season 8 that I really liked is the Riki paired with Clockwork. Not necessarily in the same lane, but just on the same team. Works really well against a Weaver or someone else who's pretty slippery. Probably works pretty well against Slark. I haven't seen that combo against the Slark yet, but not a bad way to try and lock him down. Stick him in the cogs, throw down that smoke screen, and what are you going to do? You have to just sit there and sit there. You don't really have any options.
Yeah, I wish we'd see more Riki. I like Riki.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an interesting hero. And it's fascinating too. I kind of want to look up what his win rate is in competitive, because I feel like when I see Riki, he wins more often than he doesn't, even though teams are very hesitant to pick him up.
Yeah,
but
probably.
He can snowball pretty effectively.
It's hard a lot of times when you like look at these like statistics for these like rare heroes, because you think about the games that the people actually are picking them, and it's like a game that doesn't really matter, and it's like Navi picked Riki versus some unknown team.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, and there's also those scenarios of teams that run one hero really mess with its win rate. Like the classic one that I always think of is Magnus with Alliance. You know, they're like S4 is responsible for something like 70% of the Magnus wins since 6.79. So like Magnus has this ridiculous win rate, but
yeah,
it's
all the son of Magnus.
Yeah, it sort of doesn't count because exactly the Magnuson is playing Magnus a lot and winning against teams in these round robins. So
his ratio is absolutely ridiculous for that hero. I forget what it is now. I looked at it recently. It's
like close to 80, if maybe a little. It's like 70, 80-ish. It's really high. It's like on par with No Tails Wisp, I think.
Wow.
It's in terms of win rate statistics. I think No Tails is actually upwards of like upper 70s, if not 80% win rate. It's pretty dirty. So, all right, we are resumed here, and let's take a look. Let's get back in the action. Gold graph still in favor of the QPandas. Not a huge amount, just about 2,000. Experience lead is more significant here, about 4,000 at the 16-minute mark. Obviously, 14 to, oh, whoa, where did that come from? 14 to 9. That was, oh gosh, that was embarrassing. So, OD is level 11. He is up top. He's very close to that mech now. About 100 off the recipe. Actually, going to be even closer as he finishes up that creep wave.
And we see KSI in the Radiant jungle doing their big camp.
Yeah.
Oops.
Living life on the edge here. That Hellbear Smasher gonna fall. Like he's on the treadmill.
That's pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
But I like it.
I like it. He might get scattered out here. Blue Banana is actually gonna grab a haste rune, and if he ventures down, there's no ward coverage here for the Dire side either. This is really risky by KSI. He does have a smoke, so he may have an escape route, but
he's doing it again.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay on it. Nexus in the middle though. There's the X marks the spot. Ghost ship. Oh, sorry, Sven. No way you're surviving that one. Elder Titan actually gonna finish him off. He does throw the Earth Splitter for good measure there.
Just in case, you know.
Yeah, just in case the Ghost ship wasn't enough. And KSI, he's pretty committed to this. He's gonna hang around. He wants this Wild Wing. They're not gonna scout it out. All right.
All right. Anyway.
More power to you. Well, it looks like QPad doing a group up in the mid and start pressuring this tier 1 tower.
Oh, we see the wraparound by RMN.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's the cask. X marks the spot. Maldic gonna come down. It did connect. Tame My Wild gonna be in trouble.
Oh, he's so dead. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that Nature's Prophet. Uh-oh. Now RMN maybe in some trouble here. Some Entangle's gonna come out from the Druid. And he is just gonna port out. He will make it back to safety. Meanwhile in the mid, there is some action happening here. Durham going to be left behind as the rest of the team does about face. Torrent comes out from Blue Banana. He's trying to come in with that Tidebringer. Oh, Big Sanity's Eclipse comes out. Nexus in trouble. One more hit would have finished him off, but he is going to survive. Negative Urn Charge comes out on Blue Banana. He will turn. That's the end of the Sven. Tidebringer for you. Bit of a misplay there from the Sven. Nexus definitely could have survived. He needed to just turn. But the Kunkka Cleave going to do it. The Ghost Ship going to fly once again. Will be off the mark.
That was a failboat.
Yeah, that was a failboat right there. But still a very convincing fight for QPandas. They do trade a 1 for 2. It was sticky for RMN, but he did make it out. I'm on a boat, man. It's going fast, man. Tier 1 tower down, man. That is now going to be, well, 3-3 it looks like. That bottom tier 1 going to fall as well. So Relax will find a little pick-me-up there in tower exchanging. All 6 of the tier 1 towers have now fallen. So that graph spiking all over the place, but
Blue Banana is just going nuts in the all chat.
Yeah, he's going ham.
Yeah.
Having some fun here in the round robin of Starladder. That's what it's all about. We are playing a game after all. Good to have a little bit of fun here and there.
Yeah, of course. And I can't tell if the Switch Doctor's going for BKB or what, but Undying looks like he's going for Nags. So.
All right, interesting.
That's also more interesting. So now this Death Ward is going to be doing a lot of damage as well with Flesh Golem damage.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, KSI.
I would not have thought Ags would be the item of choice for the Undying, but it looks like that's where he's going. Oh, that ultimate going to get interrupted right away by KSI. Nice play from the Crystal Maiden. And oh, wow. 2 ultimates going to be burned. Both going to be off the mark, but they still secure the kill. So how about that?
Interesting.
So KSI, unfortunately, is going to fall. And maybe this tier 2. Sure, maybe this tier 2 in the bottom going to take some heavy pressure. We'll see. This Kunkka, though, he's tearing up that level chart. He is level 15, highest in the game. Now, of course, this gold graph, not as scary as one may think, because remember, there is a Midas difference. 2 Midas on the side of RX, none on the side of QPanda. There is one sitting on the bear right now. He does have the relic. So going to be actually on point for a pretty quick Radiance here. He's about halfway to that recipe. So looking at maybe a 22-minute Radiance for the Lone Druid. Actually not too shabby given that slow start he got. And how's Nature's Prophet doing? Looks like he's working towards a Necro book now that he's finished up his Force Staff. So his Midas is starting to pay off as well. But we can't forget about Kunkka's Battle Fury. He does now have a BKB to go with that Battle Fury. Did just pick it up. Has still yet to use it. And looks like they will smoke up and rotate up top. Him and RMN, they want blood. It's going to get revealed. They're going to scout out Shotchlo here. Blue Banana going to clear up some trees. And, oh, he's going to try and port out. That's not going to work out, buddy. X marks the spot. Torrent, he's going to get Force Stabbed away. But unfortunately, X marks the spot. Going to trump that Force Staff. And Witch Doctor going to walk away with that kill. Well done. That will slow down that Relic. Or that Radiance timing. Yeah, wow. So,
and we see, oh, nope.
Yeah, very well-timed.
Gets away.
Well-timed kill on the Druid, though. He's, yeah, he's actually pretty close to that Radiance. I'm surprised at how much his farm has turned around. I guess I shouldn't be, because he's had a lot of room over the past 10 minutes or so with that Midas, but still made a good recovery.
Yeah, they lost all they sacrificed basically the lone druid just farming their woods for losing all their outer towers. So
yeah, nothing comes for free in this world, except around Christmas time. You always read those stories about people giving money to bums. That's nice.
That's always nice.
But Roshan,
is QPad gonna scout this out?
It looks like they're suspicious. They're nearby at least. Elder Titan, he did see Dread on the other side of the pit, but maybe they don't know.
They're not gonna make it in time.
Yeah, Roche, oh, they're gonna figure it out, but it's gonna be too late, I think. Durham gonna walk in. Aegis gonna go the way of Sven. Freezing Field gonna come out. In comes the boat. Will connect with Nexus. Blue Banana in the front lines. That's gonna burn the Aegis right away. Crystal Maiden gonna fall as well. Dread taking a good bit of damage here. Maledict gonna come, and he is definitely gonna fall. Sanity's Eclipse gets burned, and look at that. Death Ward from the high ground. That'll finish him off. Oh no, OD does fall into the Visage Familiars. He does try to stand his ground, doesn't work out for him. But still, basically a 2-for-4 exchange. They did burn the Aegis and then killed Sven once again. So well played by QPandas.
Not too bad. Not too bad for QPad at all. It would have been great if they got this lone druid as well. It would have been huge, but now they're actually going to be able to get this tier 2 middle. And yeah, that's pretty damn good. Furion's picking up, what, a book 2 now pretty soon, and he's going to be able to split push as well, but QPad's looking pretty damn good. This Kunkka is very, very overfarmed, so...
Yeah. He is.
And Witch Doctor's actually got his Ags.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he picked up a good chunk of change there following that fight, so that will be the Blade of Alacrity here in just about 50 gold. And again, slowing down the Druid a bit more. Finally going to have that Radiance. Definitely could have had it at least 3 minutes earlier if they hadn't put pressure on him. So, still a good item pickup, but kind of pales in comparison to where this Kunkka is sitting right now. Battle Fury, BKB, and now a Crystallis. Like you said, there's the Ags on RMN. So, and that level advantage. They have the level 3 boat already. They're going to have the level 3 Death Ward fairly soon, as he is level 16, level 14, pardon me. So OD, he's level 14 as well. All three of those huge ultimates. Well, they're going to start packing a punch. And now that OD has his core items, the mech as well as the Force Staff, he'll probably be working towards a Sheep Stick. And of course, that's when he starts to hit harder. But there is the Necro 2 book that you were talking about on Tame My Wild.
Well, yeah, they're doing... QPad's doing really, really well this game, honestly. I don't know, this is looking very much so in their favor. The only way that this... They should really honestly capitalize on it. The OD puts his teammate under so he doesn't take his CS, but Bear is split pushing mid right now, and I think QPad needs to, like... They need to kill, go for kill, and then go straight pushing, honestly, because they want to end this game pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I was mentioning when you hopped up for a moment. It's a 2-0 Midas exchange. So you have that Battle Fury farming tool for the Kunkka, but that double Midas will eventually overtake him. Eventually, the Druid will get 2 farmed, I think, and outcarry the likes of QPad. But they will trade that tier 2 in the mid for the tier 2 down bottom. It looks like gonna be able to finish it off here. Wrath of Nature gonna fly, not gonna do too much. It will be a tier 2 for tier 2 exchange. Still, the tower favor is the way of QPad. Up by only 1, but still a lead nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, I think you're exactly right. The sooner they end this, the better, though.
Yeah, I mean, they still have the Elder Titan aura and everything, which helps out, but they do have heroes that don't really get affected as much by it, because they have the Spirit Bear, and then they have the Sven with the Warcry, so...
Yeah.
But honestly, this Sven has little to nothing, and this Kunkka is just exploding with farm. He has another 2,000 gold out of him. He's going to have a Daedalus any minute now.
Mm-hmm.
It's... I don't know, it's going to be... It's pretty interesting, because... Oh, and Furion's trying to go for a snipe on the courier, actually, in the meantime. But he doesn't get it. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is that QPad's just farming a lot more effectively right now and everything, so it's... They do need to end it soon, but at the same time, they're so overfarmed that it might end up being okay for them to just sit back and farm even more.
Yeah, they do have a lot of breathing room. And they don't really have the farm on the heroes that count. If the Sven was swapped with, like, the Nature's Prophet in terms of net worth, I think they'd be in a much better position. But, like you were pointing out, Sven is just really lackluster here. And that's part of the problem when you go for this build where you don't put that those points in Great Cleave, because he just doesn't have a great farming mechanism right here. In this kind of a build, Sven really reminds me of Starladder, where, yeah, if he gets that early momentum, he can be scary, but he doesn't have a great farming tool. And you could do that different build with the early Mask of Madness, or at least early Lifesteal with Cleave, and just farm up that jungle and go hard farming Sven. But now Nexus trying to make recovery, and we see as soon as anything comes his way, he's forced to TP out. The right call, but still gonna slow down his farm, gonna harbor his boat, so to speak.
Nice. But this is just getting pretty close to his Ags in the meantime, and they actually did something interesting. The CM bought a gem, and they're just trying to get down these wards. And now Witch Doctor places 2 fresh wards in the dire jungle. So that's very smart warding right there by QPad to try to press their advantage that they have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like it.
the dire actually has pretty good wards up all over the map. Like you can see, there's these 4 vision.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good bit of control, and one in their jungle so they know if Doom is coming, and of course one aggressively here so they can try and knock down this bottom tier 2 pretty easily, perhaps. It looks like they may do just that. That is a Daedalus now out for the Kunkka, and OD does have an ultimate orb, so of course working towards that sheepstick, going to give him some more stats. Just far and away.
Yeah, Elder Titan's actually going for a BKB. Kind of a little strange, but...
Yeah, it is kind of strange.
TMW. Is he going to get away? Oh, the boat was used and everything. Very close to getting the kill on him.
Blue banana. Not too often you see a Kunkka this farmed. It's a nice change of pace. I like it.
Yeah.
I really like watching Kunkka. He's one of my favorite heroes.
You just like pirates, alright? We don't need to hear it.
I mean, I do like pirates, but I like heroes with skill shots, man. It's cool.
And bottom,
You see that boat flying. Uh-oh, Villic, you're going to be in some trouble, pal. Oh, wow, that Nature's Prophet ulti. He's having a bad time. That's going to be a pretty easy kill. Nice freezing field by this Crystal Maiden, though. KSI in a good position.
Yeah, definitely.
Good kill, though. Now they will be able to finish off that tier 2 in the bottom, but it's probably going to cost them that tier 2 in the top, as it looks like QPad are ready to push. They've got Witch Doctor in the front lines here. He's going to grab an Ogre Club, so now going to go BKB. That's even scarier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So we'll see. Looks like an engage is coming. Nexus will charge forward. Stormhammer comes out. Force Staff used on RMN. He will survive. Dread actually taking a lot of return damage here. The Death Ward going to come out. Down he goes. Earth Splitter going to connect as well. Nexus and Tame My Wild going to be in big trouble. Negative Urn Charge was used on him. Not going to be enough, though. Some ports coming in. Durham going to port out now. He'll take another stun. Going to be in some trouble. Shot Slow ports in. And it looks like they are going to lose their Flesh Golem here, unfortunately. Durham pretty tanky. Using that Soul Rip the best he can, but just going to buy him seconds, so... They do get a 1-for-1 trade, support for support. Neither side able to secure the tower kill, so kind of a wash on that fight.
Yeah, they were split pushing bottom with the, who was it? It was Lone Druid and I think Crystal Maiden were bottom, and the Kunkka actually missed his X again. And, we might see Tame My Wild going down here, though.
Maybe. RMN actually taking a lot of damage, though. That Druid starting to lay into him, and this is where Lone Druid starts to hurt a little bit. Tame My Wild with a nice sprout. Blue Banana in trouble. Does have some TPs, but not going to be able to didn't have enough mana, does now, and yeah, Witch Doctor finishes off the Nature's Prophet anyhow. Compliments of the Maledict, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Wow, this Witch Doctor, 11, 2, and 6. 17 of the 24 kills have had some Witch Doctor action. And also this Kunkka, I don't think we've mentioned, but Blue Banana on a perfect game right now. He is 6, 0, and 7. He is yet to fall. Now going to grab himself a Morbid Mask.
He's been missing a lot of these X torrents and X boats and whatnot, but other than that, he's finding very good farm, and he's still kicking ass.
Yeah, he definitely has been off the mark with that X a couple times, but yeah, I don't know. He does have 3 points in it. Maybe he meant to only do 2 and overshot. It's sort of interesting how different players like different levels of X marks the spot. Some go for 2, some go for 3, and maybe he's a 2 guy that accidentally went with that 3rd point, throwing him off. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, I'd really like the 3rd and 4th points in it because the range is actually really important.
That's true. Yeah, the range does help.
You actually see like Zhao 8 picks up the 3rd level of X sometimes before even the 2nd level of Torrent, or even the 4th level of Tidebringer. He likes having that 3rd level of X a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Not something that gets mentioned a lot, but that range does make a difference. At level 2, 650, you're still not really that far out. 800, you're outranging a lot of other abilities, so fair enough. So other item pickups here. What are we working on? Elder Titan getting closer to that BKB. Undying getting slowly but surely closer to his Ag Scepter. Still very
he's
slow.
very close.
Oh, wow, he does have... Sorry, maybe he just grabbed that Staff of Wizardry. But yeah, he's about 50 gold off now, so... Interesting. That is not a duo that we have seen. But the Ag's Undying damage buff mixed with Elder Titan debuffs. That's interesting. There's a good bit of synergy there, though, that no one's ever really brought up, at least not to me.
Yeah, you don't really think about Undying that much, honestly, anymore. And Dread actually picks up his Ags up on the Visage. Not cool.
Big pickup for RX, no doubt about it. And it looks like the Druid going to be moving towards an Assault Cuirass here. Has now picked up his Hyperstone. Already has the Plate Mail as well, so he's actually going to have it before too long here. And here at the 30-minute mark, this is usually the beginning of that tipping point where the carries start to take over a little bit more. Kunk is still in good shape because he's over-farmed, but QPad, they aren't out of the clear yet. If they take a couple of bad team fights, it can very quickly turn in the RX favor here. But you're exactly right. Durham going to be in some trouble. He will get rooted, going to move into an odd spot in the trees, and will be stuck here. Nowhere for him to go. And he will fall, though it is going to cost Sven his life. Boat comes in. Not going to connect with too much. Bear going to fall. Nice 300 gold bounty going the way of QPad. Will be a 1-for-1, though. Support Undying for the Sven. Great exchange for QPad, and they still have some ultimates available. And they're going to use that Sanity's Eclipse to finish off Tame My Wild.
He actually missed it.
Oh, did he really? I caught the very tail end of it. He didn't connect with it?
No, he actually missed that one.
Oh, wow.
Sanity Eclipse. Oh well, he got the kill.
He's going to have his sheep stick now, though. He's got enough, so... Yeah, what's a missed Sanity's Eclipse when you got a sheep stick waiting for you?
It's only a 3-minute cooldown or something.
It is a pretty long cooldown. It's
yeah, it is.
Yeah, a little less than 3 minutes, but
they're just having such a hard time, honestly. Relaxed versus Konka, because if he gets a crit, they're all gonna die for the most part. He's just so over-farmed and over-leveled.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. And, oh, whoa! Sorry about that. Did miss that one. Witch Doctor is gonna fall.
What's he doing down there?
Yeah, I don't know. This has been a weird game for camera work. There's been a lot of estranged kills all about the map. Up top, looks like they may pressure this tier 2. Glyph is available to defend. Uh-oh, Dread gonna get X marked the spotted. Into a torrent, into a sheep. Down goes the Visage. Monster kill. Blue Banana gonna continue his streak. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Sochlo, as well as KSI, pressuring this tier 2. Support gonna come its way, though. This bear gonna get dropped.
That's the second bear.
Uh-oh, KSI in trouble. Can they finish him off with right clicks? He makes it out. Unbelievable. Tame My Wild going to be in some trouble, though. He's going to try and port out. They have no way to break the trees. No vision. Oh, there it is. The last second. Both of them make it out with just a hit to spare. A square to spare. Oh, no, maybe not. How did that happen? Did that follow him to the base? What the hell? Wait, didn't Nature's Prophet port out? How did that happen?
No, I don't know how. I think the zombie gave vision through the sprout, and he got the astral off on him as the teleport went off.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that was my bad. I thought he ported out. That was weird. I saw him port out, and then I just saw the text pop up. So, all right, they did finish him off. Yeah. Weird things happening here in the world of Dota.
This Kunkka is so damn farmed.
He's got 4,000 gold. What's he gonna grab next? Is kind of my question here. He's got a helmet.
He can either Satanic. He can go for the Satanic if he wants to.
Yeah.
Or he can. I like Abyssal a lot, honestly.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see what he goes for. He picks up his travels.
BOTs.
And he's going for an AC. It looks like.
Yeah. Going for that attack speed, Kunkka. Interesting. Not an item. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be a Shiva's, but. The AC makes a lot more sense. Not the most synergistic item on Kunkka. Tidebringer, of course, is cooldown based, not hit based, so attack speed doesn't do a huge amount for him, but still a good item nonetheless. Can't complain with an AC.
Yeah, that's why I was a little bit confused about this Elder Titan building this BKB, because Relax doesn't really have the most, spell casting, everything.
Yeah.
So I figured he was going to actually be building toward an AC or a Shiva's.
Yeah. I would have... I would have agreed on that front. Sort of an interesting choice. But the bear has now picked up his AC. This bear is getting pretty strong, but we're kind of getting to that point where the bear also gets focused down pretty easily. So in that last fight, the bear fell again. So if they can isolate the bear and finish him off, that's a huge amount of net worth just off the field. And here we go. OD going to get him down to half health with just a couple of right clicks and a sheep stick. So front and center right there. That's the problem with the bear at this juncture.
Yeah, and Furion's trying to get toward his sheep stick. It's taking him a little bit longer than I think he'd like. Witch Doctor's getting close to BKB.
Yeah, Furion's still a ways off that sheep stick.
Yeah. Oh, and looks like they're going to try to go on OD right now.
Uh-oh. Villic going to be in some trouble. Will Mech right away. Going to get frostbitten. Force staff forward. Just going to port out. Going to make the right choice there. He will survive. Well done.
Yeah, and now, oh, Roshan.
Oh.
Looks like the bear is going to try to sneak a Roshan in the meantime while...
Sneaky bear.
QPad's all smoked up in the woods. They run into Crystal Maiden and they're going to find the kill. But that's good. They get a free Roshan for that.
Yeah. Wow, close call too. Almost didn't finish her. But yeah, Roche gonna fall. Exactly right. Great bait from RX. Don't know if that was intentional, but still gonna work out much in their favor. As they'll grab the second of 2 Roches so far, actually. Relax has grabbed both of them. This one has gone much better. The first one, of course, the follow-up was devastating. Here they will be able to grab it and finish the Aegis. I think the scariest thing here is going to be Witch Doctor getting this BKB, and he's actually got it now once he decides to pick it up. And that's where this next team fight, there's no interrupting it. With the Ags, this Death Ward is just going to be... It's going to be devastating. That's the best word for it, I think.
Yeah, it'll definitely be pretty scary. Especially with if they amplify, if the Undying's alive and everything, and Elder Titan Spirit's down. It's going to be pretty scary. But they're, you know what? RX is doing a pretty good job of keeping the lanes pushed in, so they... QPandas can't really seize the opportunity and go up and try to take a base tower.
Yeah. It's true. And Kunkka, what's he working on? Still towards that AC, it seems. 2,800 in the bank. Still not quite there, but ever so close. Radiant's Courier gonna fall. A little bit of missed micro there. Very unfortunate. But there's the Witch Doctor BKB. And OD gonna have his BKB as well. So, Courier may be down, but not to worry. They've got everything they need. And also the Ags now out on the Undying. I can't imagine that QPad is like what else they could be waiting for here. Maybe the AC, if that's the last piece they wanted. There's now a Ghost Scepter for the Undying. They're at that point now where I think they can just steamroll a team fight with their huge farm advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Holy crap.
And Sven did end up going for the Mask of Madness. So BKB into Chrysalis into the Mask of Madness. Interesting item path here from Nexus.
Team W is actually completing his sheepstick now too.
Oh yeah, there it is. He's got enough for it.
So right now, I don't know. RX, they just have to keep their lanes really out, and then try to go for these like, either like a attempt at a gank with a smoke and getting the Fury to pour on someone and hex it up, or just, I mean, if they just keep turtling it, honestly, it could get in their favor because Sven starts to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, he does definitely hard carry it in the late game. And the gold graph we see moving into the RX favor a little bit here. The gold graph a little bit meaningless. Again, that experience graph is where the real detriment is, though. Again, at this point, it's just a couple of level 3 ultis that are missing, so nothing too scary.
Yeah.
I still think QPandas have a bit more team fight prowess here between the BKB Ags Witch Doctor, and then that synergy between the ulted Undying with his Ags and the Elder Titan that we talked about, plus the boat. I just like their team fight a lot better at this point. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
Critting for 800. It's nothing to scoff at for sure.
Yeah, he's about to have his AC completed as well.
He's going to port down. Will get sheep by Tame My Wild. They can't decide if they want to commit to it, though. More support coming in. X marks the spot on the bear. Looks like they may just settle for a bear kill. Again, Torrent going to be off. That bear is speedy, but... Yeah.
Doesn't matter with the combo.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's just the bear. Yeah, maybe Blue Banana isn't the most experienced Kunkka player. Thinking back, I can't really recall any time I've seen Blue Banana play Kunkka, so...
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, even though this Witch Doctor did get a BKB and everything, it's okay, but, I mean, there's still a basher up on this Lone Druid, so if the Lone Druid does get a lucky bash on him, or a root...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I see somebody in chat saying that. But now the bear are going to be in trouble. They're going to be able to finish it off this time. Of course, it's going to be resummonable. Does have the cooldown, but that's not going to be 2 minutes where if they kill the bear again, going to be pretty scary. KSI invisibility rune here in the mid lane. Uh-oh, Villic going to be in some trouble. They're going to converge on him. He will astral himself out of the frostbite. Support not inbound. And Villic going to be in big trouble. Will mech BKB straight away. Just going to turn. Will pop the ulti. Wants to finish off KSI. Does force staff backwards. Grabs the kill. Going to cost him, though. He does get entangled. Now the support is here, though. Blue Banana coming in. He's going to get sheeped. He's going to try and do what he can. There's the Split Earth as well. Uh-oh. RMN with the ulti. Starting to do a bit of damage as well. They do finish off the Visage. And they see this bear. They want it. Not going to be able to get it, though, I don't think. Yeah.
And that was a good play by the Crystal Maiden, too. The Kunkka was boots are traveling in, and he killed off the creep wave.
Yeah.
As the Kunkka was traveling in. And the Witch Doctor the ult actually almost picked off 2 of the Visage birds.
Yeah. I saw it bouncing. And, oh, up top, Nexus and Blue Banana. Oh, no, Kunkka's getting cut down right here. X marks the spot.
Bad.
This is really bad, actually. That's a huge 1100 bounty going the way of Nexus. This tower, probably going to fall. Maybe not from these creeps. Is going to get denied. Still going to go down. But that's the power of the Sven turning into that hard carry. Pops the BKB, Mask of Madness, and Kunkka cannot go blow for blow with that.
And I don't know why he didn't really finish the tower, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, Kunkka right there. He did use X marks the spot, and it almost seemed like he thought X marks the spot goes through BKB, because he sort of stood his ground for a second and then went, oh shit, when he didn't port back, and then tried to about face, and of course it was too late at that point.
Yeah, and he gave that Sven 1200 gold from that monster kill, so.
Yeah.
And they're getting towers all over the place, honestly. This seems like it's gonna start being pretty good for RX.
Yeah, this is starting to look a little bit rough for the QPad Red Pandas. I mean, look at the net worth chart. Kunkka's still #1, but not by a lot. Shotchlo is nipping at his heels here as this bear now has a basher. And he's got another 3K in the bank. So this is where the Lone Druid is going to start to take over. Nature's Prophet as well. #3 on the net worth chart by a large margin. And Sven is now even with the OD.
Yeah, it's starting to be kind of interesting. Furion's got another 4,000 on top of that Hex. That came really fast.
Yeah. And he's also got a Daedalus on Sven too, so. Wow. I think QPad may have waited a little bit too long here. They had such a lead in this game. But now the gold will dip in favor of RX. We see the experience graph reflecting a similar change, though still in the favor of QPad.
Yeah, they got rat doted kind of hard. It's really hurting them because they never even got to break the high ground.
Yeah. An interesting game here. Semi-passive now. Getting to that point here at the 43-minute mark where both teams are being more cautious, just waiting for the opponent to make a misstep that they can capitalize on rather than being the ones pressing too far forward themselves.
Capitalize.
Capitalize. All the outer towers are down, so tower count is even at this point.
Kunkka picks up that AC.
Yeah, there it is. AC, that is a big pickup. Maybe this will just come down to third Roche. He is going to be coming up soonish, 2 minutes or so. Give or take a little bit of RNG.
Yeah, but all the lanes are completely pushed out by RX, and this is basically what they want.
Yeah, map control.
And they're getting their wards up and everything, and QPad does not really have much vision on the map. And maybe they're going to go for a pick on the bear here.
Oh, there's the X marks the spot. Shotchlo does not have a BKB. Torrent going to be on the mark this time. Ghost Ship coming in. Shotchlo in big trouble. Doesn't have the Aegis. That's going to be the end of his dominating streak. Kunkka going to grab some gold there.
They melt him so fast. And oh man, Furion actually ports in vision of the one ward that... Oh.
Force staff, maybe going to be enough to save him here. Doesn't have port up for another few seconds, but...
Uh-oh, Witch Doctor in trouble toward top lane.
Uh-oh. He's going to throw the cask, BKB on. He's just going to throw the ulti as kind of a last-ditch effort, but will get bursted down. Gem going to go down. Did they not see it, or did they just not care?
Might be a little bit of both.
Yeah. They do have a gem of their own, but yeah, just a gem, casual gem hanging out on the ground. Interesting. But Lone Druid and Witch Doctor dead. Buyback scenario. The Druid does have it. So we'll see what the QPandas want to do here. They are going to press forward. Kunkka going to be in the front lines. Druid can buy back if he needs to. Important to note. Witch Doctor does not have a buyback, even if he was so inclined. No, they are just going to harass back the blue banana. Tame My Wild in big trouble as Villic presses forward. That's the end of Tame My Wild. Druid might need to buy back here. It's only 18 seconds, but they might need it. Nature's Prophet will burn his. Glyph going to be used. Tier 3 falls, and they will port back as they're Tier 3 in the top lane, taking heavy pressure here. Looks like KSI going to be in big trouble, as will Nexus. Down he goes. Sanity's Eclipse going to do a lot of damage right there. Now KSI going to get caught. He's going to fall as well. Nice play from QPad. They grab 2 kills, they keep their Tier 3 in the top alive, and they do finish off the Tier 3 in the bottom. So that was just a multifaceted win.
Yeah, that was pretty well done by them. RX actually did something good that they forced them to back off their base, but...
And they forced the buyback from Furion.
He did end up buying out, huh? Okay,
yeah.
Not the Lone Druid, just the Furion.
Yeah, still. Pretty well done. So we'll see where they go from here. It looks like they do want to press forward. Sven does have a buyback available, actually, as does the Crystal Maiden. So they may just want to kind of feign some pressure here and force those buybacks. If they could force a buyback on Sven and then just back up, that could be pretty big in its own right. No glyph available for RX, and they are going to lose this Tier 3 in the mid. Trying to keep an eye out for Rat Dota. Crystal Maiden will buy back. Sven still saving it. If he's going to use it, you might as well use it now, my friend. That's going to be the end of the melee racks mid. The Death Ward does come out. RMN taking a lot of damage here. Will get that BKB off and does survive for now. Nature's Prophet on the backside. Now going to finish off Durham, it looks like. Durham going to be in big trouble. Meanwhile, in the base, though, a lot of damage coming out the side of RX. Their mid lane of Rax already down. There's the boat. Dreg going to be in big trouble here. Down he goes. That kind of erupted into 2 fights. But it looks like QPad will come out the victors. Mid lane of Rax down. They will be able to just rotate bottom, finish off that lane of Rax as well. Tame My Wild. Got to get X marked the spotted, torrented, and he will fall. It's looking like it could be moments from GG here. Visage not going to have a buyback, nor will
that whole time during all this, the Sven had buyout.
I don't know why you didn't use it.
That was kind of really strange. And now, oh man, he's cleaning up though.
Look at that. Critting for 1,300. I mean, he hits damn hard. They needed him in that fight.
Yeah, it would have been pretty huge if they probably would have had a good chance of turning it.
And he's got 4,200. He still would have had plenty of gold afterwards, whatever he's saving it for. I'm really surprised.
A lot of things happened in that fight. Everything went yellow. That's all I said. Everybody's just yellow everywhere. And, you know, even the Syllabear's bear has a BKB at this point now.
Yeah. And Roshan is back up.
I wonder what the Sven's going to try going for now.
It must be something important. I mean, is he going for like a rapier? Is that like, do they feel like they're that far behind that they have to go all in? I mean, they are going to kill Roche. Oh, Death Ward going to be used on the high ground. Not going to be enough damage for a kill, but still going to harass him back. Crafty play there from RMN. Aegis did go the way of Lone Druid. He will get spotted. Not going to be successful there. Nexus with the cheese. 5.3k in the bank. This is turning into a pretty intense game. Especially pending what item Sven wants to get next. Sven is one of those heroes, though, that if he grabs a rapier, pops that BKB and gets in, even just a rapier with the ultimate and a couple of auto attacks, you're like almost at a team wipe if they're clumped up. That's an absurd amount of damage.
This Kunkka's just absolutely, it's ridiculously farmed, though. He's got Satanic finish now, too, and another 5,000 gold to boot, so...
Yeah.
And, oh, Crystal Maiden almost has a Sange. There was one point in the game where the Crystal Maiden was 200 gold from BKB, and now it's just an Ogre Axe with the recipe.
Yeah. Unfortunate. So there we go.
A full refresher picked up by OD.
Oh, up top though. Blue Banana going to be in some trouble. He's got Durham with him. RMN going to be here as well. The ult not up yet on the Witch Doctor. Though, still going to be able to grab a kill onto the Nature's Prophet, perhaps. They will be able to finish him off. Lone Druid, he's going to go down as OD joins the battle.
And this is devastating now.
Yeah. Nothing.
That was their Aegis and everything. And Alfuron does not have buyout, I don't think, right?
Nope.
Yeah, he has a minute and a half down, so...
Druid will have his, though, which is okay, I suppose, but... Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad. They don't have Glyph up on the Dire side either.
Oh,
it looks like they're just going into push. The other Titan gets away there as well, so now... I mean, at least they're keeping 2 of their lanes down, outpushed, but they have only 1 set of racks left. They have to...
Yeah. Nexus has to be saving for a rapier here. He's got 6.2k in the bank. Is he going to pick it up? There
Better hurry.
He's got a rapier, but he's already lost the top tier 3. Glyph going to be coming up here in about 8 seconds. I don't know if it's going to be enough to save their racks. It's a noble effort, but
he's going to damn well try.
Yeah, he's going to charge in here. Let's see. Durham going to be the first to start it off. They'll be able to finish off the Lone Druid, but Nexus coming in. He's chopping that wood. He wants to go for it. He's going to eat the cheese. He's going to get obliterated. Oh, boy. That was just... You know,
and the thing is, that was without the other Titan aura, too.
Yeah.
That was just because the AC aura and then the Undying ultimate. He got melted.
He got juiced, man. That last fight, like, I even missed most of RX getting killed because I was watching the Sven. I wanted to make sure, okay, I want to see what this Sven does here. And he basically went on the Undying, did a little bit of damage, then switched target, did a little bit of damage, and then just died. I think he got maybe 6 swings off with the rapier.
I don't think he got a single crit. I think if he got a crit, it would have been a little bit better, but...
Yeah.
That was pretty unlucky, but that was very well played by QPad, actually, in this game. Even though the Undying had a horribly rough game early on.
Yeah.
Witch Doctor, still, I'd probably give him the MVP 100% of this game.
Yeah, very well played by RMN. Blue Banana, though, having a great Kunkka match. 13-1 and 16. That is one of the most farmed Kunkkas I've ever seen. Near 800 GPM, 788. Very impressive. Of course, this was Game 3 of 6 today, guys. We do have plenty more Dota coming your way here on Beyond the Summit. Coming up next will be Fnatic versus OSG. I am Zyori. With me today is Fogged. And, well, we got another one coming up after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Fnatic coming up next.
I'm gonna go AFK for probably like 5 or so minutes too. I'll be back.